Hey YouTube, Bob here, and welcome to the next portion of my Mario Kart Live home circuit video where I actually did get a track set up in my basement. And as I kind of expected, there were some surprises, both pleasant and not. So in this video, it's going to be a shorter one, but I'm going to take you through the physical layout of my track. And then hopefully in a next video, I'll be able to give you some footage of both the kart going around the track in my basement, and then maybe some footage on the Switch of what the actual in-game play looks like. So let's take a look at the track that I came up with in my basement. Okay, so this isn't really part of the track, but you can see that my kart is charging here through the Nintendo Switch dock. It uses the USB cable, and as luck would have it, even though it's a very short USB cable, it's just long enough for my kart to be able to sit on the floor next to my Switch. So, like you saw in my unboxing the other day, the Mario Kart Live home circuit comes with 4 gates. And the cool thing is, I mean, this is really a Nintendo touch. When you set up your personalized track, it tells you to arrange the gates how you want them. So you can see right here I have gate number 1 starting here. In Games Galley, I thought my track it would be good to start it off with a nice kind of longer stretch there. And you can kind of see the dog toy in the middle that just happened to be there when I set this up, so I thought I would just leave it there as kind of an obstacle for the course. But uniquely Nintendo, when you set up your course, it tells you to put down the 4 gate tracks, gate posts rather. And Lakitu comes down and he splashes some paint on your kart wheels, kind of Splatoon style, and then you go around and trace your track, and it leaves paint marks from your tires as you go. So it gives you kind of the shape or layout of your track. So we started here with gate 1. We're going to cruise down through Games Galley here and come on into the workout room. My original goal was to use the entire basement, and unfortunately when we get to this part of the basement, you can see that it's behind, not a wall necessarily, but there is a partial obstruction there. And even if I'm sitting in the game chair in my retro corner area by where Super Mario Brothers is playing, I have some connection issues by the time my kart gets to the end of the workout room here. And as it passes through gate 2, you're supposed to take this little loop around the exercise bike and around it, and this is right where things start to get a little bit choppy. It's still playable, but you have to play through some choppiness there, which is kind of unfortunate. So the range of connection between your Switch and the kart isn't quite what I would like it to be. But something that I figured out by accident is my original design for this course is you come around the exercise bike like I just did, and then kind of come out into this open area, and you could do a little bit of tire skidding if you wanted to, and then come back through the door and head through gate 3. But a little unintended shortcut that I found, and the game doesn't punish you or prevent you from taking shortcuts apparently, because I've done this several times. Instead of going through gate 2 and then around the exercise bike, I just make a tighter turn here and come around and then pick up the rest of the track and continue on my way and leave a lot of the competition behind over by the exercise bike, which is really pretty cool. So I'll take you through the rest of the track here. Come on out of the workout room, back through Games Galley, through gate 3. Another dog toy that I just left there is sort of an obstacle because you're supposed to come around here. And look at how narrow this is. This is one of those pleasant surprises that I discovered with Mario Kart Live home circuit. You can really make some tight turns here. I was concerned about that, but if you're concerned about buying the game because of a setup in your home like this, rest assured the kart actually handles really well over narrow turns like this. So you're supposed to come through this way and meet up with gate 4, which is kind of between my puzzle table and my Nintendo Power Shelf. And you come around gate 4 and then make your left turn. You could do some tire skidding if you wanted to, and then back on over to the first gate and continue your second lap there. So you can see that this track isn't quite what I had in mind, because I wanted to be able to utilize the whole basement including this sort of modern game area over here. And there's two reasons that I guess it's really not going to be possible for me to do that. Number one is the connection limitation with the Nintendo Switch and the Kart. I'd really kind of have to follow it around as I played, which isn't that big a deal, but I'd rather be sitting while I play the game in one spot. But I would definitely lose a connection if probably on the far end over here, and then definitely in the workout room like I'm already experiencing. The second limitation here is just because of the design of my basement, and it's not the reason you would think. It's not the Rock Band drums, because I actually removed those, of course, and put them out of the way. You might think that this narrow area here behind the couch would be too hard for the cart to navigate. And that's not the case, actually. It can navigate and actually turn around if you get stuck. It's really crazy how well that the cart can turn around. You know, if you push down and B to go in reverse, you can get yourself out of quite a couple of fixes or traps that you might get into with narrow passageways just like this. So my original intent was for where gate 4 is now, for you to come over by the Rock Band drums, which wouldn't be there, and then around the couch here, and then pass through this narrow kind of hairpin, very narrow turn right here around this corner, and then I was planning on having gate 4 somewhere around here. But the reason that it turns out I can't do that, in addition to the weak connection, is because of these cord concealers I have on my floor. As you can see right over here, I have this cord concealer. It has a very low profile, but the cart still cannot get over it, unfortunately, which I guess is to be expected. And you might say, well, why don't you just remove it? Well, the way I kind of have it strapped and stitched in here, it's really kind of a bigger deal than it appears, because I'd have to take those covers off and then set this to the side. And to play Mario Kart, I really don't want to have to do all that. So unfortunately, those two issues combined, the connection between the cart and the Switch, and this cord concealer here, make it so I can't really use this portion of the basement, which is unfortunate. But I gotta tell you, while I was playing it last night, my face hurt after I was done, just because I found I was smiling the whole time. It was so cool just to realize that I was playing Mario Kart in my own game room here. One thing I'll mention, though, that as you see, there is carpet in the basement here. That makes for quite a bumpy camera ride. I'm shaking my camera here on purpose to kind of simulate that, and hopefully you'll be able to see that in my next video, where I get to show you some actual footage on the Switch of me playing in the basement. It doesn't make the game unplayable. It just kind of made me laugh and added a little bit of charm to the experience, I thought. So that's my cart, my cart course here. Appreciate you taking the time to look at this video, and hopefully it gives you some more insight into forming your own opinion on whether or not you think you might want to pick up Mario Kart Live Home Circuit for yourself. But anyway, thanks again for watching, and you'll hear me or see me in the next one. Take care.